What's up everybody, it's Josh from Off Brand Horror, back with another horror movie review. Today we will be talking about the 2004 film, The Grudge. Dude, The Grudge, I remember being terrifying when I was younger, and I didn't rewatch it until recently, and it holds up. I think it's better than The Ring, which it's often compared to, at least in my mind, because long black hair, right? One's out the TV from a well, the other one, well, and my preference is right, because dude, from the opening when she like climbs into the attic and there's that initial jump scare where frickin' the girl's up there, oh my god, scared me just as bad rewatching it as it did scared me just as bad when it did from earlier. A very quick synopsis of The Grudge from 2004 is:
it never forgives, it never forgets. An American nurse living and working in Tokyo is exposed to a mysterious supernatural curse, one that locks a person in a powerful rage before claiming their life and spreading to another victim.
Now, there's a scene in the movie where the main character, Karen, goes to the house where she's supposed to be taking care of this lady, right? And she scratches on the glass door or whatever. She opens the door and the lady's on the ground. She had fallen out of bed. And I just gotta say, I hope that the actress, if she actually, like the old lady actress, I hope she's okay. I hope she didn't actually have to fall out that bed, because quite a drop, right?
God, are you all right?
I'm sorry, that scene freaking, I don't know, made me laugh. It made me laugh. Look, the joke is that the bed's on the ground, right? So if you roll off the bed, it's not gonna hurt. And for me, in my simple mind, hilarious, right? I just realized I'm not wearing my off-brand horror hat. Oh no, hold on. There we go. Instead of showing my messy hair up here, should be wearing my hat. This is probably gonna be the last video of the season, but we'll get into that later. What was I saying? My simple self, I found it hilarious that she was laying on the ground next to a mattress on the ground as if she had fallen out of bed. Thought it was funny. Sorry, let's move on. By the way, I know that clip, you probably can see like the reflection of my window. I couldn't find that clip anywhere online, so I had to just record it off my TV, and it's probably because no one else thought it was important or funny or anything, much like this video. But I don't have much to really say about it. Very spooky. It's very spooky. It is interesting that this is a remake of a Japanese film, and they actually decided to remain in Japan, right? Instead of just completely like taking place in America, right? I wonder, would it have been a little white girl with blonde hair? Would the blonde hair have been as creepy? You know, the blonde hair and A fun fact about the film, according to IMDb, is before filming, the cast and crew went through a ceremony where they were blessed so that nothing bad could happen to them for filming. Huh? You're making The Grudge, not making The Exorcist, huh? It doesn't specify what kind of blessing. I assume a religious blessing. Huh? Like, was this real? Was this movie supposed to be? I don't recall saying based on a true story, anything like that. Do we have to get blessed before filming horror movies now? This is an interesting one, though. I had to look this up because I was curious what the was, right? Like, why is it It says that Kayako's signature croak, I'm probably butchering that, right? White guy. Just doing white guy shit, right? Dude, every time I say the signature croak, also referred to as a death rattle, comes from the fact that her husband had snapped her neck but hadn't killed her, and she is trying to breathe through a broken windpipe. That makes sense. Makes it kind of sad. It's really weird if you look up clips on YouTube of The Grudge, because like I remember scenes that I want to like talk about, like, oh, there's the shower scene is what I was just about to talk about, where the hand comes out the back of her head. Dude, there's like no clips from The Grudge on YouTube that are like easily accessible. Everything's bringing up either like the sequel to 2004's The Grudge, or it's like the original Japanese film. I wonder why that is. Anyway, let's look at some Letterboxd reviews. Dania says, I can hold a grudge too, bitch. You ain't special. George says, I miss the vibe early 2000s horror gave off. I agree. Holly says, Sarah, why the fuck would you audition for someone named Karen? Because Karen wasn't a thing back then, dude. We didn't have Karens in freaking 2004. I mean, we did, but we didn't call them Karen. You know what I'm saying? Like, the movie came out in 2004. YouTube came out in 2005, dude. You couldn't post videos, and people couldn't collectively agree to call that person Karen until at least 2005. When did we start calling Karens Karen? Holly, we're gonna have to talk about this, Holly. When did we start calling Karens Karen? The term Karen became popular on the internet around 2018. Hey, movies from '04. That answers that one. Sorry, I'm a little frustrated because this video is not going the way I wanted it to, okay? This has been very difficult. We've been super busy. I didn't get to do a video last week. I wanted to do another one before Halloween at least. I don't know if I'm going to keep going. I do enjoy doing these, but I find that most people like watching them around Halloween. Eventually, we would like to start doing full-length podcast episodes again, but I don't know. I don't even find those as fun as I find doing the movie reviews. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like doing a normal podcast. It just seems so boring and basic, and people are sitting around talking about scary stories. I'm not famous, so it's not interesting. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to watch just regular people talking. The reason that most people watch a podcast of people just talking about something is because they know those people that are talking. So you're interested. Oh, how does Jenna Ortega feel about Soup? You don't care how I feel about Soup. I'm not important, but to you, to Jenna Ortega fans, very important, right? How does Sabrina Carpenter, how does Taylor Swift, how does, whatever your interests are, that's who you want to watch do the podcast, right? You don't want to just watch regular Joes. And so when we did our podcast, we tried to do, like skits that were commercials and creepy this and then kind of funny here. And we tried, and it was fun. It was very fun, me and my wife doing that. But eventually you run out of steam, right? You can't think of any more skit ideas, and then you cover all, because we tried to make every episode about a scary thing we experienced. Like, oh, this happened to me at one point, that was really creepy, and this happened. And then when you run out of stories, now you're just doing like creepy pastas and like stuff you can find online. And it's like, everyone's done that, dude. Everyone's talked about that. And I find it easier to talk about movies because I have stupid little opinions. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll make some videos throughout the year. But we will see. Most people don't care. I'm doing this for me, and it really doesn't matter. So, with that being said, this is possibly the last horror review until next year, but probably not. We'll do something. Because this year, hey, I gotta hand it to you guys. This year, a lot of people have subscribed and followed and liked these videos and shared them more than any other time I've done this, which is great. And that's I'm like, oh, well, maybe people are actually kind of starting to like it, so I hate to just die off. As soon as I said die off, for some reason my camera died. So now I'm holding my phone up to finish this because we're right at the end, guys. But yeah, I hate to die off from November until next October, and then people unsubscribe, and then I don't know, but who cares? Overall, who cares? Look, I rate The Grudge, because I haven't said this. I haven't even said what I rate The Grudge yet. God, dude, this isn't meant for me, okay? This is why I've got a day job. This is why I've got a day job that I hate. Someone please, I don't hate it, right? I don't hate it. I hate it. I would rate The Grudge 3 stars. I'll catch you guys next time for another horror movie review.